logistically, being in a band is quite difficult. Because you have 4 people in a band in the suburbs, like one of them's drunk, one of them is at work at the mall, the other's with his girlfriend, you're trying to find a place to rehearse, and you're like, okay, well, you know, your friend, the drummer's mom says you can rehearse in the garage from 2 until 4 on Thursday afternoon. Whereas with electronic instruments, they're always waiting. They never complain, they don't have girlfriends. So it was like that seduction of having like an unlimited sonic palette with basically like musicians who are always there waiting for you. So, you know, you can't have a rock band cannot rehearse in the suburbs at 3 o'clock in the morning. Whereas you can make electronic music at 3 o'clock in the morning and your mom doesn't complain. The studio here is really just an extension of the first tiny electronic music studio I had in my mom's bedroom in Connecticut. In fact, I even still have the same Casio synth. This was, you know, $299 back in 1985 or 1986. And it's kind of a legendary synthesizer because it was a weird hybrid of analog and digital technology. So yeah, so what's happened over time is I've just bought more and more and more equipment. I mean, I have a lot of equipment in storage in Long Island City, but this is most of what I use. I guess I got lucky because there was a time in the late 80s when no one wanted anything analog. So this was like $300 or $400. I have my 808 and my 909 and a few 303s that were all in that same like $400. So it's ironic that old analog equipment is literally about 10 or 20 times more expensive now than it was 5 years after it was made. I mean, the records I've made, some of the sounds are digital, some of the sounds are analog. In hindsight, I mean, digital synths are fine, you know, and they're really good at doing certain things, but, and I'm not the only person who's going to say this, I mean, analog will always sound better and more interesting. You know, but with an analog, like if you open one of these drum machines, like there's actual like a circuit path. So there's electricity going through this machine being modified by these filters, and that's, so it's actual real, there's something physical there.